Hello! As you may have noticed, I frequently make videos about pronunciation and try to suggest ways to include speaking practice even when a lesson is about a grammar topic. This is because if your goal is to have a usable command of the English language, it is extremely important to practice English in a way that helps you communicate your thoughts more easily. However, sometimes it can be difficult to find the motivation to study something that you may never be directly tested on in school. In order to help you understand why this is so important, I have come up with 5 reasons to study pronunciation, which I will explain to you now. Number 1. When you speak clearly, others can understand you more easily. Many English teachers are not confident in teaching pronunciation because they likely have not learned it themselves. This is especially true when the school English teacher is not a native English speaker. Teaching pronunciation is extremely difficult, but learning it is also a big challenge. It can be frustrating to find out that you've been learning it incorrectly over time without even realizing it. Since many classrooms focus on testing, pronunciation is often overlooked, often because teachers prefer to avoid it or because it won't matter for your test scores anyways. However, in real-life English, your pronunciation is one of the first things that will be noticed by native English speakers. By focusing on studying pronunciation, you will be able to have better conversations with those around you who speak English. Make sure that if you have someone teaching you proper English pronunciation, they are either a native English speaker or have native-like proficiency. Otherwise, they may be teaching pronunciation incorrectly, which will make learning proper pronunciation more difficult for you in the long run. Learning how to speak English confidently and clearly can be very rewarding and set you on a path of success in an English-speaking world. Number 2. By improving your pronunciation, you will be able to recognize words more quickly when others are speaking, since your brain will recognize the word more easily. Pronunciation practice is not the same as speaking practice, which is why it often gets overlooked in ESL classrooms. Sometimes words don't sound the same way that they are spelt, and this can cause challenges in understanding others when they talk and being understood when you talk. Specifically, studying pronunciation will also make learning English as a second language easier, since pronunciation makes you listen more closely to what the speaker is saying, which will in turn help you focus on making the correct sounds when you speak. As you practice more and more, and as you are successful in understanding others, it creates a reward system in your brain, which encourages you to use the language more. This leads to it being easier for you to understand more information in the future. It's a win-win. Number 3. Your confidence will increase and you will sound more fluent in English. When you have good pronunciation skills, you will sound more fluent in any language. Even if you have limited vocabulary or challenges with grammar, when you pronounce the words that you do know correctly, other English speakers will be able to communicate so well with you that they may not even notice the vocabulary that you lack or the mistakes that you make. Many native English speakers make grammatical errors in their speech, and as long as they are minor errors, they are often ignored or not even noticed. This means that it is actually more important to have excellent pronunciation than perfect grammar. When you speak correctly so that others can understand you and appropriately respond, you will become more and more confident in your own ability to have successful conversations. This is especially good because as you feel more confident, you will take advantage of more opportunities to speak, which will in turn help you improve your English. As you know, experience is the best teacher, so this confidence is crucial. You will even find that your grammar and vocabulary naturally improve over time as you practice speaking with other English speakers. This leads into number 4. With improved pronunciation, you will find it easier to make friends who speak the language, which will give you more opportunity to practice. Mastering pronunciation and intonation in English will make you more likable because you are able to express your intent more easily. Sometimes incorrect pronunciation and intonation can make a native English speaker confused. This is because only 7% of communication in English is believed to come from the words we speak. 55% is estimated to come from body language, which is also important to pay attention to as you speak with others in an English-speaking country. And 38% of communication is estimated to come from your tone and voice. This means that your pronunciation is more than 5 times as important for communication as your vocabulary. Do you spend 5 times more time focusing on pronunciation than on vocabulary and grammar when you are learning English? Probably not, especially since it is often ignored in the classroom. However, when it comes to real-life English skills, this is clearly important if you want to actually communicate. This is partially because words in English can actually take on different meanings when you change your tone. For example, the very common and simple word okay can mean something completely different in different contexts. I'm okay can mean I'm doing fine, or it can mean nothing is fine. If you misread the meaning of the word, you can end up at best having a conversation end quickly while the other person finds someone else to speak with, or at worst, offending the person and making them angry. There's actually a joke with this in English that if a wife tells a husband that they're okay or they're fine, the husband's probably in trouble. Finally, number 5. You will have more opportunities open up to you. There are many different opportunities that can open up when you are more fluent in a language. I could talk all day about how this can refer to daily tasks becoming easier, understanding more ways to find things for less money, finding ways to connect in your community, or a million other little things. However, I'm going to focus in this final point on work opportunities. Job prospects are increased when you are able to pronounce words clearly, since your boss and coworkers will not have to ask you to repeat yourself as frequently. While it is not legal in Canada, at least to not hire someone based on their race or nationality, employers can and do hire based on language skills. If you have trouble being understood in a job interview, it is very possible that you will not get the job, even if the rest of your qualifications are 10 times as good as your competition's. If your coworkers and boss can't understand you, they often will not have the time to properly communicate with you because most workplaces in Canada are quite fast-paced. If you are looking at a client-facing job, these language skills become even more important. Being articulate will help attract and satisfy customers and clients, which will improve your relationships with them as well as your coworkers and boss. You may be able to find a job. It's quite common knowledge right now that there is a labor shortage in several industries in Canada. However, you might not be able to find the job that you want or be able to work your way up the ladder until your language skills improve. The hardest part with this is that your counterparts at work are likely to not tell you that they have a hard time understanding you or what you're doing wrong because it isn't the kind of culture that you will experience in Canada. This means that it's quite possible that you may never know that your opportunities are being limited due to your language skills. Ultimately, in order to thrive in an English-speaking work environment, it is critical to continuously improve your language skills and in particular, your pronunciation skills. Now that we've established how important pronunciation is to your language journey, I'd like to point out that it is the goal of ESL Universe to help you achieve success in your language goals. Keep watching our videos and practice a little bit every day to improve your skills at home. As we start to open up more online classes and events, you may also want to join us to get more ideas and suggestions on what you can do to improve your language skills. If you need help with something in particular, you can always feel free to reach out and we'll see what we can do to help you. Comment below if there is a particular aspect of English that you would like us to create a video for, and don't forget that subscribing to our channel is free and you will get notifications for when there is new content to explore and use to improve your English skills. Until next time, have a great day.